Hello everybody, welcome to this edition of Kev Thinking Out Loud. Today I want to attempt to answer a question that is quite common in this office, and that question is how do I make sure I have enough to keep surfing even when I'm 90 years old? And sounds like a very simple question to answer, but it really isn't. And the answer to it really is that it all depends. So what types of things that it depends on are, for example, what other things are you still doing at that stage of life? For example, are you still racing automobiles as well as surfing when you're age 90? That speaks to the amount of expenses that you need to cover through the different stages of retirement. Also, what age do you want to begin this retirement? The younger that you begin retirement, theoretically the more money that you need, because it needs to last throughout a longer retirement. Another common question or variable is, do you want to leave an estate to your family, or do you expect or hope to spend the final few dollars of your retirement savings on the last surfing trip of your life? Do you have a pension plan, and what type is it? This is a very common differentiator between different types of retirement scenarios. If you've worked for one employer for a long period of time that has a very good pension plan, then odds are you're going to have a sizable retirement income coming from that pension, which means that you need much less in retirement assets than somebody who does not have any pension plan, as another extreme. Folks who don't have pension plan need the retirement assets to compensate for the fact that they don't. Where do you plan on living out your retirement? And so what region of the world or country are you going to be living in? What is the cost structure there? Also, what are your living arrangements? Have you sold your house and downsized? Have you sold your house and now renting an apartment, which turns a large physical asset on a balance sheet into a financial asset? Also, what about rate of return? Now, this is an important variable that needs to be thought of well in advance, because if a client tells us that they are very concerned about volatility and risk, and that reflects in the way a portfolio is designed, then that means that the return expectation from that type of portfolio would be less. The smaller the return that you're assuming, then you need much more money to compensate for the fact that the returns aren't going to be there for you. So the more risk averse somebody potentially is, the smaller the return potential and the more assets that they need going into retirement. And the reverse is true, obviously. If you have a higher tolerance for risk, willing to pursue growth in a portfolio and achieve those benchmarks, then you theoretically need less money, but you need to be prepared for the reality that you're going to have variability of return that somebody who is more conservative won't have. So everyone has their own unique answers to these important questions. Therefore, the answer to that question can vary dramatically depending on your certain situation and how you define retirement. What we like to do for our clients, or with our clients, is sit down with them and periodically go through these questions, ask them to visualize what kind of retirement that they see for themselves, try to understand where they are today, and help them map out through a retirement asset and income projector to see how they're trending and what their benchmarks need to be, so that we can help each one of our clients answer this question in a unique way that reflects what they want out of retirement. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you about these issues face-to-face and one-on-one. Thank you very much.